Hey people, this is an homage to the YouTuber
Sseth,
whose videos I heartily recommend as they are all truly wonderful. Today, I'd like to introduce to you Dominions 5, Warriors of the Faith, a fantastic game from little-known developer Winter Games. In the game, much like in real life, God is dead, and you must support the rise of a new god, or Pantocrator. The game is based on actual events. In the 1970s, Japan accepted the phallus as their new Pantocrator after it defeated the old Pantocrator in one-on-one combat. I started off as a faction I could not pronounce, mostly because they had Pegasus riders and the mythical engineer. Choosing a new god to champion was all too easy. Firstly, this game is full of micromanaging, from the position of your troops in battle to gem allocation. But your efforts are rewarded in many unexpected ways. The early game can be quite brutal, at least until the arrival of your first hero. My first hero was Asterios the monster in the maze, whose only weakness was the horns atop his head. Over the course of my campaign, he accrued many weed-centric honorifics. But you might be asking yourself, how do I protect what's rightfully mine? Settlements rendered inaccessible due to water can be tricky to defend. I circumvented this issue by sending a truly obscene amount of militant birds to defend my territory. Luckily, this proved quite effective. But what happens when issues arise within your city walls? To get to the bottom of this, I put the best minds in the province to work. One of my advisors suggested that the slave market might have been the problem. I decided he was better off working in the quarry. Whatever the reason, the civilians made their new home in the aptly named Second Forest, likely due to the discovery of a new holy site, an ancient McDonald's play place. Even with their patron deity dead and gone, such sites still held much significance. But I digress. Now back to ruthless expansionism. My army had come across a Mind Lord who radiated power. In order to accost this creature, I had to craft an artifact that would allow my champion to breathe underwater. And just in time. Tarrasques are ancient poison-breathing dragons of tremendous size, and they so happen to be aquatic. The plan was simple. The Tarrasques would lead the fight, and my champion would be in the very back, ready to retreat as soon as the fight began. All that was left was to send my little Tarrascals on their way. Luckily, one of my economists had discovered that for the low price of 111 human lives, I could bind a Heliophagus to my service. Unfortunately, in my haste, I equipped him with an accursed Kigurumi. As with all fursuits, this one eventually turns the wearer into an abomination. But I made him the strongest abomination the world had ever seen. But sometimes even heroes need to retreat. Unfortunately, the experience of taking on an entire army single-handedly had left him insane. But not just insane, insane 23. Just for reference, you'd have to be insane 18 to challenge Imidris to a pie-eating contest. And insane 50 is how insane you'd have to be to not buy this game. I can honestly say that I have sunk days of my life into this game. Actually, upon further inspection, I haven't even spent a single day playing, but it's felt like multiple days. In a good way. The game is still a little pricey, but do yourselves a favor and pick it up anyway. I give Dominions 5 an arbitrary score of the amount of editing I had to do for this video over the amount of time I'll never get back. Thank you all so very much for watching. For those of you that can't take a joke, I will apologize the best way I know how, emphatically and insincerely.